All right, we should be going live soon. I don't know how this sounds, but we'll figure that out. I want to say hello and thank you, Down Under Maker, Jeffrey Satin, RJ Repo Man, Jeff Mad Dog, Cybertech, John Doe, Projects in Dad's Garage. Oh no, it's Mike, Havoc. Thank you for showing up. And let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome. All right. Welcome to my first stream. I'm so happy with all the support and everything. I did not expect this many people to show up to a first stream. So I wanted to say thank you so much. Projects, to answer your comment from earlier, yes, I am cheating a little bit. I have a producer over here with me. We're doing this together. That's the maker's part of it. Hey, Shrimp Father. Now, of course, we're starting to stream, so the first thing I've got to do, got to get some hydration here. So I am a Mountain Dew fiend. That's the way it's going to go. All right. Give some people a little bit of time to get in here. And I will say to anyone who has not streamed before, and those that have, when they sit here and talk about how big of a pain YouTube is to work with and everything, oh my God. We're like sitting here, everything, we tested these things out beforehand. We get here 30 minutes before, YouTube's giving us all these error messages and everything, and we're like, we've changed nothing. What has changed on your end? So, a newfound appreciation for those that do this quite regularly and to fill people in on who haven't done this before. Yeah, RJ, Mountain Dew is life. Most people have beer bellies. I don't. It's a Mountain Dew gut. All right. Gonna give a few more people here to see if we get any many people. How's everyone's night going so far? I think I saw Projects. You're gonna be doing the stream in a bit tonight. All right. Hello, Banana. I have no problem with lurkers. Lurkers are fine. Just want to get the name out there. Get this. It's, it's all for the love of showing what we do and having fun doing it. And hey, if I can bring someone along on the journey, all the more for it. Armor 3D, welcome. Oh, Shrimp Father. There's a Mountain Dew for everyone. It's just a matter of finding which flavor is yours. Mine, they don't make in my state anymore. I have to go all the way to another state to find it, which is Mountain Dew Livewire. If you've never had it, it's an orange soda flavored Mountain Dew. It is amazing. Let's see here. Looks like people are still trickling in. Good Lord, I did not expect this many people for a first stream. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much. But what we're going to be doing today, with every build, we're going to start with an unboxing and then hopefully get the frame together today. Might not get to the rails today because me being a professional YouTuber and everything, I forgot my grease at my other location. So don't have anything to grease up those rails with. All right, well, thankfully, right down here, I happen to have some very heavy boxes. We're doing a 2.4 kit from LDO, 350 Voron. I have only opened this to make sure that, hey, the extras that I got from West 3D, who I ordered from, came in. So, you know, got ourselves one of their nice little rulers. And of course, garbage. CNC Kitchen heat set insert. Of course, the mandatory West 3D caramel apple lollipop. Standard C13 power cord. West 3D sticker. Still don't know where I'm going to be putting these things. Might need some suggestions from all of you. All right, our cable raceways, our DIN rails. I believe they're going main sale on these still. So, power supply. Ah, yes, the PF Bakes belt tensioner. You know, I've seen so many people talk about belt tensioning, and I figured, hey, they make a tool for it, might as well go with it. Cyber, I think a sticker board might be in the future. Let's see here. LDO motors, documents inside. Oh, that is nice. LDO Motors badge with a kit number on it. Oh, I'm definitely going to need a sticker board. Got a little LDO Motors bookmark. LDO sticker. And a whole sticker sheet that you get with LDO Motors. This is awesome. All right, nothing left in there. Lol Sync, hey, how you doing? Oh, and LTX Designs. What's up, man? All right. Little cable guides to keep our extrusions nice and clear. All right, so with this one, we are going with an E3D Revo. Yep. So we've got our blue E3D Revo with our hot end, 2 nozzles that come with it. Looks like it's 0.4 and 0.6. I still want to know who the 29% of people are that says that we were going to start late. All right. LDO motion kit. So we have our VHB tape. Little Captain wire. Ooh. Sandpaper. All of our D shafts, our little tiny bearings, our BMG ball gears, idlers, pulleys, Z pulleys, more idlers, a keyed shaft. Sure, Father, you said I was going to be late. Oh. Oh yeah, Pat, it is definitely like Christmas right now with all the boxes. I have had this kit waiting for this stream for about a month. There's a few people here in chat that know I've had it for a while, and yeah. All right. So our LDO motor kit. Oh, it's a bunch of shiny stuff, but yeah, I've had this thing for about a month now, and there are people that know I've had it, and they're like, "How in the heck have you waited this long to put this thing together?" So, believe me, it is definitely Christmas for me right now. So we've got our wiring harness for our motors, all of our AB motors, our Z motors, our extrusion pancake motor. All right, we have a cable kit. What comes in our cable kit? Well, obviously cables. Let's see here. They're actually, that looks like our clipper screen cables. So Ethernet cables, DN stops, USB adapters for the Raspberry Pi, thermistor cables. I can say so far, it looks like they, I bought LDO because so many people had recommended, and they are doing a good job. They're keeping these things kind of nice and organized. Your power cables are separate from all your tool head stuff. So even for a first-time builder like me, it's actually very well organized. Okay. Belts, chains, and fans. So we've got GT2 belts. Starting to actually wonder if they're ever going to update these to GT3. From what I understand, not much of a need for it, but it'd be pretty good. RJ. Yeah, RJ, it was pretty hard holding off on building this thing, but wanted to get the stream up. Havoc, yeah, you've told me you don't know how long I waited to do this. President of your fan club armor. I don't know what you mean. We're just the Florida boys. We sat here and started talking about how to make a rep rap festival here in Florida. And I think I finally came out with a name that we could use for a rep rap festival here in Florida. And it would be ARF, ARRF, for the Alligator Rep Rap Festival. Because let's face it, in Florida, you have to have something to do with alligators. They are everywhere. Oh, that is a nice little inclusion. A nice little brass nozzle brush for cleaning off your nozzles. I wish, I don't know if other companies do this, but I know the Realities I do have, they have not sent one of these, so that is a nice touch. Got our little DIN rail standoffs. PCB tool head and adapter, so it is a Nighthawk tool head board. XYN stop board. A whole bunch of fittings, heat sets, more DIN rail mounts, some of which are printed, some look like they're injection molding. Some ball head screws and a little lanyard. I think there might be a little build out of this kit. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, RJ, I know that they had a beware of falling iguanas down in South Florida. Like just last week. And some more VHB tape. So many boxes. So many boxes, and I haven't even hit the extrusions yet. So, of course, We have our linear rails. This we might not get to today because, like I said earlier, for those that weren't here, I'm a professional streamer and left my grease at the other location. So, kind of hard to grease rails when you don't have the proper grease. All right, electronics kit 1 of 2. We already did the second one. In here, we get an Ethernet keystone, Wagos, Raspberry Pi, Pi 4, 1 gig RAM 1 gig version. Ooh, we got Big Tree Tech here. What do we have from Big Tree Tech? Oh, yes. That would be our screen. So we got a Big Tree Tech screen. They're giving some pretty nice parts here in this LDO kit. All right. Armor, no problem. I'm glad you can make it out, even if you can't stick around. Oh, and I completely understand. When it comes to family time, you definitely have to spend time with family. So, but thank you for coming out. Yeah, iguanas are definitely a South Florida thing, especially right there along Alligator Alley. Oh, I've seen more iguanas on Alligator Alley than I've seen alligators. Fused inlet combined. Little quick release tin rail for the SSR. Of course, the SSR. Ooh, that's nice. A nice little heat sink for the Raspberry Pi. More Wagos, and they even give a 32 gig SD card with the kit. So far, everything we need to get this done. I am really liking the kit. I'm liking the quality that I'm seeing so far. So, Jeff, this is an LDO kit. I bought it from West 3D. They sat here and, opened it up for me, put the extra stuff that I ordered along with it. Which was really nice, and I was actually surprised to find out that West 3D has LDO branded tape, so they can reseal packages and everything. So that was nice. But instead of getting like a separate box for my CNC kitchen heat set insert for the pine sol or the ruler or the PF Makes tensioner, they all put it in one box, so it's less boxes, less waste. So in here we have the one that's going to have a lot of stuff, our fastener box. So zip ties, Bowden tubes. Oh, that is nice in case you're missing. Oh, LDO is now sending one of their new small LDO hex wrenches instead of the L-shaped hex wrenches. Oh, that is so nice. Armor, I saw these on your stream after you went to, I think it was Printopia. And I've been wanting to buy a set, so now the fact that I've got a tiny one myself, that is awesome. Magnets, how do they work? Nice set of handles. Metal. So those will actually be really nice to lift. And a whole bag of screws, T-nuts, roll-in. Oh, that's going to be fun sorting through. Okay. Oh, and a nice note from Jeremy from Lee Marie 3D, who I guess packaged the entire thing for me. So, thank you, Jeremy. Your fam night. Oh, Armor, can't we share fam night? Family's there for sharing, right? So, and of course, hey, Lee Marie, thank you for the packaging job. We're finally getting this thing opened. I just got your nice little, Jeremy, I just got your nice little thank you note. All right. So now we have our Leviathan board, our din rail clips, extra jumpers, a oh, that's nice. A nice little ribbon cable version of the USB A to C cable. Let's see here. This is a Raspberry Pi USB A to B and serial breakout cable that comes with it. So that's really nice. Gotta have standoffs. All right, looks like our Pi hat to break off for the input shaper for the Leviathan for either a Pi 4 or a Pi 5 that comes in the kit. Okay, Dave, or Armor, family night can be yours. But I'd say that's up to Repo, but I'll give you family night. And of course, our Leviathan board. I will say, when I was doing research on these things and they had shown that they had worked with Voron to come out with this board, and it has the nice little Pi all nice and compact in there. It looks so nice once it's in there in the basement where all the wiring is. Big boxes are big. Yep. All right, and of course, last but not least, the frame. So we have our little corner pieces to mount the cross rails for the bed. This one we are going blind corners because that's the way LDO does their kits. Get these all out of that box so that box can be thrown over. I don't know why I put them out of one box into another when I need to get rid of this box, so. And Lee Marie, just in case you didn't catch the beginning, you're a person after my own heart. You got to have some Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah. When we did some test streams before, when we were getting this thing set up, we found that the doing the 5-minute subscriber thing kind of helped keep the bots away, because the bots and stuff like that aren't subscribing to channels. So that is there to make it tolerable for you and to make the management of the chat a bit easier. That way we don't get those annoying spammer bots. Yes, since right now the moderators are me, who doesn't have a keyboard to moderate chat over here, and my producer. So as far as our extrusions, I tell you, these look nice. The coating looks even. Oh, I can't wait. The only thing that would have been better for me, but unfortunately they stopped making it, was when LDO made their orange kit. I would have loved to get their orange extrusions, but alas, they stopped that. I thought I saw a rumor that they might be coming back, but nothing confirmed yet, and I'm definitely not the person to be able to confirm that rumor. Oh, Mike, I definitely think you're going to get this built first, because I'm going to be taking my time with this. I'm going to enjoy it and kind of do, like, you know, a new person's perspective, because we have a lot of people that I've seen in the community that have built plenty of printers before. This is actually, I started with resin printing. This is my second printer or third printer ever. I have a resin printer from Creality. I have an Ender 3 V2, and then I'm jumping right into this. So it's kind of a new perspective from what I've seen to most people. And you know, it's, hey, someone who, you know, I've been doing things like construction and building my entire life. I'm in the IT field, but taking someone that's kind of new to this and building it, let's see how it goes. But yeah, you'll probably definitely be finished with your printer before I am. If I can finish this in 7 weeks, I'm going to be surprised, because I am only building this on stream. So, John Doe, it is an LDO 2.4 350 kit. Because one of the things I've always wanted to do is I've always been interested in Star Wars. So, you know, being able to build like astromechs and armor and helmets with as few cuts as possible. That's why I went with the 350. I know, talking to a lot of people, for most people, 350 is overkill for what they need. But the next one, I already have plans for I haven't even finished this printer, and I already have plans for the next printer I want to build. I don't know, Cyber. That I think I might get this one built before you get that one fixed. And while we're waiting on this, you know, there are some people I want to thank, you know, Cyber, Havoc, RJ, Icon, you know, I've been talking to them for a while. They've been out there. Lee Marie, Armor 3D, Project Dad's Garage, all for the shout outs and everything. The other person I want to shout out is actually the artist who made my channel icon. I found about them through my partner, and they have done some amazing work. If you're into like nerdy stuff like D&D and everything, they are worth it. Let me get you a name here. It is, I want to make sure I get this right, Dakota at Wayward Enigma Designs. They sell stickers, everything. They do amazing work. And this one, I just gave them a basic drawing and concept of what I wanted. They came out with the rest of it, and it came out amazing. Yeah, loud sounds. RJ, I don't quite get that. Why Penguin? Okay, now I get it. The Penguin side is the Linux side. Both me and my producer are huge Linux people. My main system that I'm going to be doing everything in is Linux based, and I've been doing Linux for a while. Linux's mascot is Tux the Penguin, so you know, hey, we're makers, we run Linux. Penguin makers, that's how the name came about. Nothing really much more special than that. And they're cute. I mean, the main channel mascot is actually from Down Under Maker's neck of the woods. It's called the Blue Fairy Penguin. They are a nocturnal penguin that lives in Australia. They actually have a protected park where you can go see them out there. But if you've never seen like videos of them, they are the world's smallest penguins. And if you ever just need that cute, adorable, I just need to watch something, they are the funnest things to watch. So yeah, projects, go look up the Blue Fairy Penguin. They are great little penguins. So, working on just getting some of this stuff off the desk now. Don't know how I'm going to get out of here after the stream because my producer's going to yell at me because I'm making a mess. All right. But yeah, I was not expecting the little metal badge to come with the kit. That is nice. Like, I know that, Lee Marie, I know that, like, once you build a kit, you guys do the whole stamp thing, but the fact that the LDO came in the kit, that was nice. Armor, I just saw your chat, and that makes me hurt inside. That really makes me hurt inside. Oh, Mad Dog, I did not know you were Australian, but yeah, right down there at Phillip Island, the Blue Fairy Penguin. I'd love to go there someday and see him, but that involves having to get a passport, which is a pain in the butt right now for me. And then talking to my partner into actually being willing to travel to Australia, because they hate Florida as it is. If it gets below 80 degrees, they think it's freezing. I think they're crazy. RJ, Discord will eventually come. And let's see. John, step 1, unbox. Step 2, something. Step 3, print. Yeah. There's quite a bit of something in between there. But we'll eventually get to the printing. All right, so we have all of our extrusions. Like I said, I'm taking some of the stuff that I've learned from a bit of everybody. You know, been watching projects and Armor and Nero and Steve builds. Going through watching Down Under Maker. And listening to their streams, you know, kind of gonna go over some things that I've learned from them, and some things I've just picked up doing building throughout. So, you know, got all of our extrusions. Want to make sure that they're all the same size. You can do it by going through and measuring each one, or if you're not too concerned about absolute accuracy, a nice quartz slab from a countertop maker. Honestly, I found there's been a lot of countertop makers out here that have just been really nice. You just go and say, hey, do you have a spare cutout from like a sink or something? A lot of times they just throw that out anyway. So a lot of times they're willing to part with them at no cost. So, oh, I didn't learn from you, Armor. Oh yeah, this right here, it's just a little sink cutout from just a kitchen sink and a countertop, and oh, you know, nice and big. It sits here. We get the overhead real quick. He's fixing something on the camera angle. All right. So looking through here, it looks like one of these is a slight bit shorter than the others. But when I say slight, now let me get this level on here. Yeah, we're talking less than a millimeter. So it's something I can feel, but can't really see when you actually look at it. This was just a random, I just went around to a random countertop maker projects and sat here and found it and just like, hey, do you have any sink cutouts? And he was like, yeah, here. And I'm like, I asked him how much he wanted for it. He goes, we were going to throw it away anyway. Let's see here. Do a horizontal invert on the camera. They're saying flip the face cam right now, so that way when I'm looking. All right, he's working on fixing something here real quick. But okay, so our extrusions with the holes cut in them, those are all pretty good. I'm going to line up our others, see if they line up properly. Yeah, he's working on getting it so that when I'm standing up, I'm actually in frame. Oh, the words are backwards on my shirt. Now I got it. Well, thanks for pointing that out. Hey, I didn't even notice that. So the little things you don't notice, notice when you first get started. It's just, hey, is this thing working? All right, I'm trying to keep talking while I'm doing this. I'm just lining up the ends here real quick. Let me see if I can. Let me take a little break here and wait for the producer to fix the camera things real quick. We'll get a little drink. No, it's not the design. It actually has words. Got to show off the Star Wars. Huge Star Wars fan. I mean, unfortunately, I can't wear my favorite shirt on stream. Just because I bought it at Disney, but it does not fit me properly anymore. All right. We're going to stand up here real quick. He's going to try a flip while everyone gets to look at my fat body. He's trying to line up the face cam for us. Havoc, you want things to bother everybody. I don't think you would feel right if things weren't bothering people. All right. Oh. And okay. The camera's still flipped, but we at least get the overhead now so you can see. Just kind of line these up to make sure we're pretty similar in length, because if you get at least similar in length, it's a lot easier to square. And thankfully, they're similar in length because this is a very good kit. And so I'm not going to have to get a chop saw out. And our last little ones, okay, those are good. And those don't have anything to compare to, but everything is nice. And great thing about having a nice flat surface, you can kind of tell, is there any bend or bow to the extrusions? RJ, I like your thinking. But no, Armor, the shirt's not backwards. It's just the camera that's been flipped because webcam. All right. Well, now I've got to go through this big pile and find the fastener box because I need to find the screws that are needed to put this thing together, and that was quick. Cyber, don't lie. You enjoy doing the extra work when you self-sourced. All right. I will say this is a very nice little screwdriver that LDO includes in the kits now. It's just like one of their big kits, but it's just a single 1.5 millimeter that they send out. Nice knurled handle. Okay. We have all of these. You want to switch to computer screen? Yeah, we've gone fancy. So for those of you, I'm pretty sure everyone here has already built a Voron or has watched enough streams. Let's see here. Bought one thing after another. Oh, Keela, I don't have kids to do that, but I've got a cat that sits here and at random times loves to have crazy kitten times, and you have to chase her around the house. So I don't know the kid side of things, but I can appreciate running around the house. Oh, projects you're talking about, LDO providing all the sizes for the hex drivers that LDO has. Oh no, it's Mike. This is the first stream you've ever seen. Why do I not believe you? Well, John Doe, I would 3D print a sorting tray, but my other 3D printer needs some work because it's just a V2, and I've got to get that up and going. The bed is being a nightmare when it comes to leveling. But over here we have our design manual. I will say Voron does make a good design manual. I've got both their page up and LDO's page with all of their errata. All right, so we're going to go blind joints. What we need is our A extrusions and M5 by 16 button heads. Let's see here. Oh. All right. We can zoom out a little bit on the PDF. Cyber, is that a bit better for you? So Armor, I'm not sure if I have any extra M5 shims because this is literally the first kit. This is starting the collection of all the extra stuff. But they do send out quite a few of those M5 spacers in the kit. as well as some M3 washers. But we are looking for M5 by 16. But yeah, so armor. I know there's all those people that have those like drawers and drawers of extra hardware and everything. I want to get there, but I got to slowly build there. Mostly because I also have to get the partner factor of, hey, they're going to let me buy it. M3 by 8, M5 by 40, M5 hex nuts, M3 by 12. M5 by 16 button heads. Yes. Ooh. And nice. They're the blackened ones, not the silver, the nickel silver. Yeah, let's go PC top down. All right. So, did you find any Loctite in the room? Okay. Yep, I am definitely a professional streamer because I also forgot my Loctite. So I'm going to have to go back and we'll build the frame tonight, but I'll have to go back and redo the frame off stream once I get the Loctite. Oh no, it's Mike. I wish I could pull that. I have no idea how these got here, honey. Yeah, producer can tell you. My partner would figure out how those got there. Oh, you're out of M5 washers, armor? It's always that one thing you need. You have plenty of everything else, but then you need that one thing and you're always out of it. Oh, John Doe, I wish I had that problem. Though they kind of do. They sent me this, and I just got some ambrosia filament from them. Because I sat here and went the semi-economical route for the Voron build. I had, West 3D print out the main parts for me, and then once we get this thing all together, we're gonna print the skirts and everything. But actually, that is something I didn't show. Our color scheme. So we are going stealth burner on this build, but we are going with black for our main color, and our accent color is the KB3D orange from Ambrosia. I mean, I could say whether it was Lee Marie that actually did these prints or someone else, these came out looking amazing. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 8 of these with screws on both ends. RJ, read what out loud? Let's see here. I thought I just saw someone saying something. Yeah. Mad Dog, you can't send it back when it's already in the driveway. I wish that logic worked all the time. I would have so much free stuff if that was actually the case, because there are so many times where packages are misdelivered here in Florida. But nope, it came up in my driveway. But no, I'm the nice guy. I sit here and find the neighbor and like, hey, Amazon or UPS or someone messed up. Unfortunately, I found out someone that lives near me has the same street number as me, but a different street name. And for some reason, FedEx and UPS can't figure out that these two completely street names aren't the same house. And so they keep delivering my stuff to them and their stuff to me. Unfortunately, the other person is a snowbird, so they'll only hear half the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got our 8 extrusions there. All right. So we're going to set these aside. Clean off our little slab here. I will. Oh, these things are. I like it. It's flat. It's nice and big. It's heavy. It fits. The big extrusion's pretty good. Kind of wish they had the person that I got this from had a bit smaller sink. Hey, Down Undermaker. All right. So we're going to pull out our machine of squares, so that way we can make sure that when we're putting these things together, we get a nice right angle, because the closer we can get to that now, the more likely we are to get into square, and the less that we have to mess with it later. Okay. So with this, they are the same on both sides. So it doesn't really matter which one's up and which one's down. But we are going to make sure that these things go in quite a bit more, so we don't have to screw it in as much. Nice flat surface. Now, you want to try to make sure that here on the edges, you're nice and flat. You can do that with things like machine of squares. If you don't have a machine of squares, one of your extrusions just held up against it can also provide you that nice flat surface. In my case, I'm actually going to be doing 2, so I can kind of clamp them together. It also gives me a nice surface to put my machinist square against. Make sure that we're at 90. And tighten it down. So, looking here. I'm not seeing any light through there, so we have a good 90 there. Something I've always done afterwards is I try to feel the edges, just to feel if you can feel anything poking, because sometimes your fingertips can pick up things that your eyes don't see. Cyber, we can't see that right now. We don't have Discord up. Down Undermaker, yes. We're going to try to do 7 o'clock for a regular stream time. Because Sundays is the day that works best for both me and my producer, because Sundays and Mondays are our days off. And You know, it's usually after Killa, Grant, Steve are all done. All right. We're going to get our second side in. That is definitely sticking out. There we go. All right. Nope, we're still sticking out there a bit, so let's loosen that up. I swear, sometimes when you're doing this stuff, it's like, hey, I need a third hand. Cyber, we'll take care of the lock focus on the next one. We can't really do anything much about it right now. That's right, down under. It's tomorrow there. It's tomorrow and upside down, right? Or are we all upside down to you and you're right side up? All right, we're pretty good there. That's a nice, good, solid joint. I'm not feeling any slipping. Again, I'm going to go back and redo all of these and put Loctite in it, but the stream must go on, so let's keep going. So, after this, first corner's done, rinse and repeat. So, this is where it's going to start to get fun. Because while this slab is nice and heavy, it's a pretty good size. At the same time, I want it smaller so it's lighter, but I want it bigger so everything fits on it. Oh, so okay, so that's the official standpoint. We're all, you guys are the right way up and we're just upside down. Yep, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it on my end. The only thing I can say is maybe try refreshing. It might be an artifact on your side. Now, Matryoshka. Mercatorsa. I am not familiar with Mercatorsa. Or I would say the only map maker I know of that messed up maps was the Mercadian. Was the Mercadian projection. Yes, I'm nerdy enough to know the name of the map that was on all of our school boards growing up. Five different screens, RJ? Oh yeah, there's more than a few gray hairs down under. I mean, the beard alone has more than a few gray hairs. But hey, I've lived long enough. I've earned those gray hairs. I am proud of my gray hairs. The back, I could do the back going bad. That I could do without. But the gray hairs, I will wear with pride. Okay, good there. Good there. All right. Oh, two sides down. Let's go to the third. Got all your kids' phones and the TV going. Oh. Yeah, no, it's funny. I just looked into what YouTube wants as their milestones and all that, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to have like 300 subscribers for your first thing and like 1,000 watch hours. And I'm like, good Lord, how long am I going to need to stream with how many people to even hit that first milestone? But I want to say thank you again to everybody. You know, for those of you that have already subscribed this stream, and those of you that subscribed beforehand. I was actually amazed. I got a YouTube achievement before I even did my first video of, hey, you got 10 subscribers. So thank you again so much. All right. Big scrunchies. I like my little I like my little hair ties. They work. All right, just tightening these in so that way when we put in the last one, it should hopefully just kind of slide in there. And if you guys haven't or don't have them already, I found these from Steve Build's channel. It's just the Bondus drivers with the ball head on them. These things have been amazing. They have been a lifesaver for getting into places. Right. Nice and flush there. Oh. Now this is going to be the fun corner. It's matching up both of them at the same time. Let's see here. Oh, RJ fell out of the top 3. I'm used to seeing RJ on your stream, Armor. Always number 1. I was say, has RJ ever won filament? I don't think I've ever seen his name come up. I've seen one of his family come up. All right. So we successfully have the bottom part done. Now we get to do it all over again, but on the top. For this one, I'm actually just going to rotate it onto its side. And just do it sideways. Because since I have this nice flat surface here, I can use the extrusion to kind of keep me nice and even the one way, and the flat surface to keep it even the other. And that should get us pretty square. Good there. Not sticking out there. Maybe if I can find a good Seta hat for the pie, or the other thing I was thinking about doing eventually is, if we ever get to move our studio to the other location, I've got a server rack in there, and I'd actually just like to get I've got a spare 2U server with like 144 gigs of memory in it that I could just split out into a bunch of VMs and just run a USB cable, convert it to Ethernet, and just run that over, and actually have an x86 virtual machine instead of a Pi. Yeah. All right, give me a second here real quick, because just making sure that this stays nice and flush. Unfortunately, I don't have a clamp to clamp these things. That would make it a lot easier. There we go. We're nice and flush there. Oh, Icon, you finally finished the tulip? I know you were having some struggle. You were cursing that thing up like a storm the other night. Oh, heck yeah, Armor. More box turtle content. I haven't seen very many people actually follow up with their box turtle. It's, hey, look, we built it. I put it on a printer. That's it. It's starting to look like a cube. You have another scene that I can sit down? Ah. I like my producer. He's smart. He does intelligent things every so often. Let's see here. Oh, you only have one good lane on the box turtle right now? Ooh. Something I was thinking about doing, but it's complete overkill for this 350. And I will 100% admit this is overkill. But oh, RJ, it's coming apart to put the thread locker on. Trust me. if I don't do it, my producer will make me do it. And unfortunately, if he makes me do it, it'll be just before next week's stream. So yeah, it'll be doing because I know he'll make me do it before the stream eventually. But going through like something I'd love to do, but it is complete overkill and I don't know why I would do it except for, hey, more pretty colors, is doing a stealth changer where toolhead 0 is connected to a box turtle. It is complete overkill, complete nonsense, not needed, but it might be fun. Well, Cybertech, that might be the reason you're having all those problems with it. All right, so if anybody has not built this before, once you get one of these top ones on, it is so much easier to get these things nice and flush and square with the extrusion once you have this and you have something to hold it up against. That was so much easier than that first side. All right. Another one down. Yeah. RJ, you think the box turtle with the stealth changer would be fun? I'm just imagining the nightmare that it would be in Clipper. Okay, nice and good and flush. Let's see here. RJ. Armor, I'm going to have to go and look at that Hulk that you posted on Discord after the stream then. Okay, one last extrusion to go. Might just do a short stream. All right. Let's see here. Armor, that would be a good way to measure your streams. Oh, we're one Corona in. Okay. We're 2 Coronas in. It would be a very interesting stream by the time you got to 12 Coronas in. Maybe at that point, RJ can finally get his 24-hour stream. That's it, RJ. That's all you need to do to get Armor to have a 24-hour stream. Just sit here and buy him like 248 cases of Corona. I think we could all use a Corona or some sort of alcohol at this point. For those of us that can legally drink it. All right, so we have a frame. Now, am I going to be the professional streamer, and do I have a scale or ruler long enough to measure this? No. The little things you forget. What could possibly go wrong down under? I can think of a lot of things that can go wrong. Start doing shots of tequila on stream. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila. Floor. Floor would not be that comfortable right now. It's covered in boxes. That down under, that'd be a stream to do. A Discord stream with a bunch of makers. The only requirement to be on camera on stream is you have to have a Corona. Okay, so that is upright. We're looking good there. You've got 90s. $90. 90. And 90. Give a tape measure. All right, I'm going to talk with the chat for a bit because my producer is going to go get me a tape measure so I can actually measure the corners here. Clownhammer, I didn't see you join. Welcome. You know, newfound respect to all the streamers that do this building. It is really hard to keep track of chat while you're doing the building. Oh, the nice Milwaukee. Unfortunately, it's Imperial, but we'll stick with Freedom units right now because we're just checking to see if we're square. All right. 26 and 1/8 that way. Yes, 26 and 1/8. May not be as good as metric, but if they come out the same, they come out the same. Remind me after stream, we have to buy a metric tape measure. 26 and 1/8. Yes, you guys can crucify me later for using Imperial for using Freedom units. That's what I have right now. We are square. I'm happy. Okay. Ugh. Now we need our last two that are the same length. And can we get some overhead again? right, Cyber. I'll keep an eye on Discord for that, for a metric tape measure. I'd love if Milwaukee made one, because I do like Milwaukee tools, but I don't think Milwaukee makes Imperial. Or makes metric. I think they just do Imperial. Oh, I did not see Armor saying Milwaukee makes one that does SAE and metric. Armor, you just made my day. I use Milwaukee for work. They're great. They're doing great for construction. And I love the feature that they have on this one where you can actually use your finger to hold it out in case if you don't need to lock it, and then just let go. Milwaukee has a 2-meter tape measure. Okay. And I can get it at Home Depot. I've got gift cards. Okay, so M516s again. And that is going to put our little triangle corner pieces. All right. Really, only about $5, Armor? That is not bad at all. Especially from Home Depot. Mad Dog, I'm pretty sure you can buy a lot of metric things there in Australia. I kind of wish the US would get on board with the A paper sizing. Because that just, it makes so much sense. But no, we have to have our weird paper sizing. Like there's actually a standard of paper that they're the same size, but if it's landscape, it's like tabloid. But if it's portrait, it's called like newspaper or something like that. But they're literally the same dimensions. All right. A Home Depot, nah, I don't think I would like the Home Depot stimulus. A Home Depot stimulus would sit here and make my honey-do list increase, and that wouldn't be a good thing, RJ. That would just mean that my partner would have more things for me to build around the house. That isn't 3D. Yeah, as my producer said, that isn't a 3D printer. And then that would take away from times like this. All right, so 1 corner cube in nice and flush. Let's get the other side on. Let's see here. Did not know that, Down Under, that the grains, that they do it because of the way the grains of paper are. Thank you, that actually helped. Yes. Yeah, RJ, I could see that. Four lanes and all the status LEDs are on your box turtle. Nice. It's always fun when you sit here and have a problem with something. And you sit here and all of a sudden do something and it works. The best feeling. So I gotta ask, do we have any Linux fans in the audience, or is it just kind of, hey, you use Linux because it's on your Raspberry Pi with Clipper, but that's about it? Down Under, I completely know what you mean. John Doe, Debian, love it. Cyber, I know you use Linux. Honestly, Armor, you get a good Linux distribution, it works just like Windows. It's just you don't sit here and get the executables. Yeah, Havoc, we helped you ditch Windows. But yeah, Down Under, I'm the same way, except math and engineering and science and all that came easy. History, worst subject. I can remember the quadratic equation and math equations all day long. You want me to tell you when the War of 1812 was? I'm useless. I'm actually looking forward to Pop! OS releasing their new desktop. It finally got out of alpha, and it is looking nice. I was gonna say, Mad Dog, even if you've got like an old laptop that's like, you know, I've got computers that are 14 years old that, you know, you put Windows on them, they're useless. You put Linux on them, they're still great for browsing the web and stuff like that. RJ, Pop! OS actually has a Linux distribution that has those NVIDIA drivers already in the installer. Yep. All right, so we got that one done. And unfortunately, now that I realize that I don't have my tape measure, after we get these things done, that we may be ending the stream here fairly soon, because it's kind of hard to even out or get these things centered without a proper tape measure. Falling screw. Yeah, honestly, Armor, like, you can honestly go on Facebook Marketplace, look for one of those, like, especially with Windows 11 now, where you have all these people that have these old Windows 10 machines that are like, oh, it won't run Windows 10 11, so I have to buy a new one. You can get like a pretty decent computer that's running like a 7th gen Intel processor. I've seen some of them on Facebook Marketplace for like $25 right now. And that's a perfect thing to sit here and just mess around with Linux on. Steven, how you doing? Oh yeah, you can probably get a $25 laptop right now on Facebook Marketplace. Just because people are like, hey, it runs Windows 10 and it doesn't do me any good anymore, so if anybody wants it, here. You're not dead. I'm not dead yet. Yeah, it was like I was honestly surprised. Like, I went looking on Facebook Marketplace the other day for 3D printers, and here in Florida, like, I'm amazed. You can get an Ender 3 V1 for like $30 or $40 down here. And honestly, Armor, I thought of you because I was like, oh, he would have a field day down here building all those Ender NGs out of those. or a do ender. Okay. Definitely some resonance there. All right, so we've got our little corner cubes on there. Now I'm gonna need an M5 shim and some T-nuts. So now I gotta find my T-nuts. I found my T-nuts. Labeled bags are amazing. It beats the screw drawer in the other room of the Hope and Pray drawer. And, you know, just for those that weren't here, you know, we're just building an LDO Voron 2.4 350 and got this kit from West 3D. You know, thank you, Jeremy and Keela, if you're still here. They did not provide it. I paid for it. But, you know, they've been doing some great work. They were very helpful with the shipping process. They even sat here and sent a little thank you note. All right, now we get to have fun with T-nuts. And I have always found these to be a bit of a pain. But we've got them in there. And that's what matters. But I think... Yep, there we go. Now they're all right side up. Yeah, Mad Dog, that's the way I do it. You find those old... Hey, the hard drive went, selling the old computer, and then you get like a cheap little Amazon hard drive or solid state drive. There you go, Armor. That's the best way to learn. You just get an old PC and you throw Linux on it. And honestly, like even things like Elgato, someone just made a program that allows Elgato stuff to work on Linux. So, you know, if it's not out now, someone's going to make an adaptation to make the hardware you want work on Linux, just because they want to use Linux. Let's see here. So I need the M5 shims. But I think LDO actually has a thing on there. So page 19, is that where we're at? Yes. On page 19, LDO for their kit, instead of using the official Voron, where it says to use the M5 shim, we use... Stand up. They want you to use these precision spacers instead of a shim, just because they're a bit more accurate, they're a bit more machined well. Sorry for putting that upside down, people. RJ, it depends on what kind of battery cells they're using. If they're lithium ion, it can be either very easy or a nightmare. If they're 18650s, pretty easy. If they're the Hello kind, that can get pretty bad. Oh yeah, John Doe. I was actually amazed. Orca just updated their releases. They have a pack specifically for Debian and Ubuntu, but then for everything else, they released a flat pack instead of the app image. And it makes it so much nicer to get Orca installed on Linux. I'm going crazy. I know I just had these things. There they are. But nope, I need a different screw for this one. So when we're putting these in, it goes from M516s, which we've been using for everything else, to M510s, still in button head. We just lose 6 millimeters. So let me see, do I have the M510s already out? M312, M540. That would be kind of fun to try to put in there. M530. M320. M350. So many screws. M3, M4. Locking M5 washer. Heat sets for days. Granted, I'll probably be out of those by the time this is done. M510 button heads. We have found them. We have found all of this. Just undo it in a day or so to put Loctite on all of it. I mean, honestly, Cyber, that'd be a great idea for someone to stream if they want, you know, just streaming, installing Linux to stream his screen. Honestly, that's what we're doing here. My main stream is actually on a completely different computer. If the producer will switch over, the box you're seeing here is a separate computer than what's streaming. So, you know, if I sit here and have to do something like Orca, where a lot of times where I'm pretty sure we've seen, or if you haven't, you run Orca while you're streaming, it puts stress on the GPU, and then you start losing frames on stream. Well, running it as two separate computers, I don't have to worry about that. If I sit here and try to slice something on this second computer, it's running completely independent of my streaming system. And all I did for that was get an HDMI capture card. And yeah, it's been great. Armor, if you want, I can talk to you sometime about that. You know, I'm the new guy on the block, but yeah. Yeah, they make some cheap ones on Amazon. I sat here and got I have the Elgato one that can do up to 4K. Granted, I'm not going to be streaming 4K anytime soon for two reasons. One, I don't want to have to buy 4K monitors to monitor it. Two, I don't think you guys want to see this in 4K. You can do the remote desktop, yes. But the problem with the remote desktop sometimes is you won't be able to, with the capture card, I can capture what's going on in BIOS and everything while the computer's not booted. Whereas when you're remote, the computer has to be booted and powered on to remote in. But yeah, if you're just doing a screen share with a computer that's already booted, yeah, remote desktop works fine. RJ, you had to bring up New Kids on the Block. Now you're making me feel old because I remember them. I know, I gotta get these things in. All right. Lighting up T-nuts on these little side ones, doable. It's not the nicest thing. Even if you sit here and line them up with the hole afterwards, it's kind of hard to see from this angle. And I'm trying to make it so that, trying not to block your guys' view as I'm doing things. All right. We have that. So our spacing here should be from the outside corner to the middle should be 255 millimeters. And then we need to go to the edge of this center to the edge of so spacing from the outside here to the middle here, since this is a 350, should be 255 millimeters. And then from that center line to the inside edge of each of these is 65 millimeters. Is my ruler long enough? It should be. I've got 30 centimeters. So, ooh. Time for a drink. Old men off their block? I don't know. I sat here and saw I also saw Backstreet Boys do their little hey, we're back stream in the Vegas dome, and I'm just like, oh my god. No. They can still sing. But oh, it hurt watching. Okay. $255 minus 65, 250 should be 190. Let's loosen those up. Let's see, can you guys see when I do this? Yeah, somewhat. That's 190 there. And then all I'm doing is I'm using the scale, going on to lining it up with the edge of the extrusion, and then putting it under here because I know that I have a mark on the scale exactly at 190. And just getting it snug but not tightened down, so that way I can still kind of rotate it but not really shift it. $190. Let's see here. Don't jinx myself. Too late. I'm already a jinx. What? Why would you say that? RJ, you're gonna jinx me. 4 channels of LEDs working on the box turtle, but 2 lanes are not responding at all now. Oh, down under. You're at least ahead of Armor. I think Armor was saying earlier he's only got 1 lane responding, so. Let's see here. So Armor, the reason I went with the 2.4 instead of the Trident is one of the big things I want to do is I want to print like helmets and armor pieces and droids. And so having that steady base with those tall prints was a bit more important to me than the slightly easier build of the Trident, because and so the Trident, you know, from everything I've said, it's a much easier build than the 2.4, but that low center of gravity with the bed down here permanently to the bottom and having the gantry move when I'm printing tall was a big selling factor for me. Okay, so oh no, I'm not saying it won't print fine. I was just from the research I did, it was they were saying it can be a bit easier on those big prints when the bed is fine. But no, I've seen people do those tall prints on like the Mercuries and the Tridents as well. I also wanted to go multi-tool head eventually, and so having the moving gantry a bit better setup for that, because there are some ones for the Trident and stuff like that, but they mount to the side frames like here, and so you kind of limit the amount of heads, or you have to do some weird stuff. So going multi-tool head on this was also a big thing. So if I did this correctly and my measurements are fine, I should have, let me get this, between these two extrusions, I should have 130 millimeters. And we do. It's almost like I can do math or something. Has a miracle happened and I can do math? And that's 130 as well. Cool. All right. Angles are hard. Well, considering the fact that I don't have Loctite and I'm going to need to undo all of these to get it done, and I don't have my my grease with me, and so I can't do the rails. The next step of the process is, you know, putting the deck plate on, putting the rails on, building the Z idlers, or the Z motor mounts and everything. I think due to my lack of planning and thought ahead, we're actually gonna end it here pretty soon. I mean, we're coming up on 2 hours for a first stream. I'd say that's pretty good. And RJ, yes, I did watch a lot of Steve before I built this thing. I sat here and went through and watched his entire original build of his 2.4 multiple times. Armor, I might not need Loctite, but I do need grease for the rails. So I can sit here and grease those up and make sure that they're running smoothly. And as well as my isopropyl alcohol, which I left at my other locations. So, but at this point, we got it square. We went through the process. You know, I'm in quite a few Discords if anyone wants to talk to me, or they can just reach out. Every Discord, I'm Penguin Makers. And, you know, feel free to DM me or anything, or reach out. Let's see here. RJ. So you're watching his original build to get ready for yours? Yeah, fingernail polish does work good as a Loctite. But what if I wanted to Loctite the rails, Armor? Sit here, you know, just you do like the you know, the pew pew people, and like, hey, I lube my pew pew with red Loctite, and I don't understand why it's not working anymore. Let me move this over here. Army painter I probably wouldn't do because of the pigment. If you're going to do nail polish, you want that clear nail polish. Because I have seen some cases where pigments and metal in nail polish don't work too well together. Oh, so you down under maker. If you want to embrace silliness, I'm sitting here thinking about the silliness that used to happen with water cooling and thermal grease, where people are like, yeah, just use mustard or peanut butter. Toothpaste actually worked pretty well for thermal paste. Kind of blue nail polish so it looks like Loctite. Fake it till you make it, down under maker. Yeah, projects, I'm not gonna get the blue Loctite. I'm gonna get that purple or whatever that really loose stuff is for the frame, where it's not that hard to get the frame apart if I ever need to. There we go. Cross thread everything. Oh no, it's my best time saving tip right there. Cross thread everything. Never have to worry about the screws coming out. Yep, RJ. Toothpaste is thermal grease. Minty smell every time it boots up. And it's not conductive, so you don't have to worry about the magic smoke. All right, and I think that's where we're gonna end it though tonight. If anybody, like I said, if anybody wants to, projects, are you? I know you had to push back your stream. Are you still streaming tonight? Let's see here. So yeah, if I don't quite have the ability yet to do a raid, but y'all want to head on over to projects, you know, as another stream. Let's keep this 3D printing trend going. If you could, yeah, everybody that's chatting here, I know you're subscribed because we had the 5-minute timeout thing. But yeah, if you could leave a like and everything, tell your friends about us. We will be live again next week, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so same time. And look forward to seeing you all, and have a great evening.